Now, I done went into how friends need to get busted, but this one is for church folks, because church folks need to get called out on some of the mess they be doing too. Especially if it benefits the pastor, because I be paying attention what go on at pastors' anniversaries. And church folks ain't exempt, or people that go to church, you ain't exempt. Pastor's anniversary in the society page of the newspaper. Read past the follow. All are invited. Fred Hammond will be there rendering music. Church be jam-packed. Program start at 4 o'clock. 6:30, we ain't out of there yet. But we get to the end, and the MC say, well, when you said all you know, it's time to go. And everybody figure out, okay, we're getting ready to close out. But they ain't say get up for the benediction. But by him saying that, you got one person to jump up, and it's like, finally. They the first person up, they done gave the benediction and everything. But that person didn't jump up because they was there for over 2 hours. They weren't there to go shake Fred Hammond's hand after the service. I said, repass the following. That meant a free meal. They couldn't wait for the benediction so they could hurry up, get downstairs. And y'all know how it is when it comes for a repast. You got that little Dixie salsa plate, but they didn't come for that. They get that one meatball, that one chicken drumette, that one celery stick, that one carrot stick, that little one square piece of cheese, that little fork full of chicken salad, the cracker, the little cup that's got one grape, a blackberry, and half a strawberry in it, some nuts, and a mint. All piled up on that little Dixie salsa plate, and got the nerve to say, can we get seconds afterwards? Some people ain't gonna like this because they know I'm talking about them. But it is the truth. Didn't even give the pastor no love offering, but they made sure they getting that meal. And it don't just stop at the pastor's anniversary. Church homecoming. Start paying attention to what go on there. You'll have somebody show up. My grandma used to bring me here when I was little. And you be wanting to tell them from now on, this is what you ought to tell them. Your grandma trained you well. Because she won't even remember here when she was bringing you here when you were little. So you just come back to get a meal because you are following your grandma's footsteps. Point simple. This one church I used to play at, they have 2 services. An 8 o'clock service and 11 o'clock service. In between service, they would have breakfast. They'd have their meetings. And then they also had Sunday school. They work. To God be the glory. Hallelujah. They working. Here's the thing. Is one particular person, and I thought I was the only one watching it, but come to find out, a good portion of the choir would notice it too, and they would look at me, and we just start falling out and be just looking at each other, shaking our heads. I said, I can't believe that person doing this. Right when the pastor is hot in his service, in his sermon, this person would always slip in the back door and sit down on the back row. And I'm thinking, okay, they slipping in this late because they know they ain't got to pay no offering. That's what they doing. No. Remember, I said they serve breakfast in between the services. They show up and sit in the back, and as soon as the benediction over, they the first one out the door and the first one in the line. One time they did that. They got there, and I kid you not, and it shocked me that they said the person did that. They came in, and they looked in the room where they had the breakfast up and everything. They noticed that the lights was out, and wasn't nothing over there on the tables. Even the stove was off. They turned right back around and went out the door and got in their car and left and went home. Didn't even stick around for the service.